Well, hey, good day to you. This is Todd. I am a regular dude walking in the Word. We are starting today Exodus chapter 31. And so we are kind of done with what God has prescribed as to how you build the tabernacle. These were the instructions given by God to Moses on Mount Sinai. Okay, you're going to see at the end of this chapter, Moses is going to come off of Mount Sinai. These pictures I have up here, I'm actually going to leave up here because even though we're not talking about building the tabernacle anymore, toward the end of Exodus, we're going to go back into it where they actually build the tabernacle. Okay, everything we've read is just the instructions how to build it. Then we're going to cover them actually building it too. We won't spend as much detail. Or we won't go into as much detail on the whole construction of the tabernacle at that time. But I wanted to leave these up so we could, it'd be a reminder to us that the tabernacle needs to be built in this book here. Today we are talking about, it's entitled, Where Do Our Talents Come From? And in this section here, God is giving instructions, and he says, there's two people that I've given talents to. I want you to use those to head up building the tabernacle. And so this is taken today from Exodus 31, verses 1 through 11. And you can follow along with me as I read here. It says, Then the Lord said to Moses, See, I have chosen Bezalel, son of Uriah, the son of Hur, of the tribe of Judah, and I have filled him with the Spirit of God. Get this, okay? This is Bezalel. And it says, I have filled him with the Spirit of God, with wisdom, with understanding, with knowledge, and with all kinds of skills to make the artistic designs of work in gold, silver, and bronze, to cut and set stones, to work in wood, to engrave, and all the kinds of crafts. Okay, so God has given a lot of talent to this guy. Regarding the wood and the stone and all that stuff, and then overlaid with gold. If you remember, all of these things that were, used in the tabernacle, it was made out of wood, but then it was overlaid with gold, and some of it was overlaid with bronze. That took some skill to do that, okay? It wasn't, I can't just go out in the backyard and start doing that stuff. That took some skill to do that. And God says, I want you to use this guy because I've given him the skills for that and the talents for that. Okay, but that's not all. Verse 6. Moreover, I have appointed Oholib, son of Ahishkamach, of the tribe of Dan, to help him. Okay, so it's a helper is prescribed here. And also, I have given him the ability to all the skilled workers to make everything I have commanded you. The tent of meeting, the ark of the covenant of the law, with the atonement cover on it, and all the other furnishings of the tent. The table and its articles, the pure gold, lampstand, and all its accessories. The altar of incense, the altar of burnt offering, and all its utensils. The basin with its stand, and also the woven garments, both the sacred garments for Aaron, the priest, and the garments for his son, when they serve as priest. And the anointing oil and the fragrant incense for the holy place. They are to make them just as I commanded you. Okay? So, in this section here, God has said, remember, Moses is still on Mount Sinai, and God has given all the instructions on how to build the tabernacle. And when he's given those instructions, he said, now in this section, I want you to use these guys. And not because they were skilled on their own, but God had given them the skills. He goes on to say, too, that anyone else involved in making this tabernacle, I've also given them the skills for that. So the bottom line here is this for today that we can learn. The skills and the talents I have come from God. All right, that's the bottom line. You can argue and go, oh no, I worked so hard and I practiced every day and, all that stuff to say that your skills came from yourself. Some of the talent came from you because you enhanced it. So say like a piano player, all right? God has given you, first of all, he gave you the hands and fingers and the whole body to play the piano. Then he also gave you the ear to hear. Some people don't have that same ear to hear, or the love of that music to want to hear it. But God has given those things and then put that passion in your heart to want to play, and that desire to play, and the time to play, and all that stuff. So God has given you all that. So it's foolish for us to go, no, I did this all on my own. I'm a self-made man. Oh, that's a bunch of baloney. You and I both know it. That and everything that we have that's great in our lives comes from God. Hey, thanks for watching. I'm just a regular dude walking in the Word, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow as we continue our journey through Exodus. Lord's blessing. I'll see you then.